Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's different kind of video, not 1v1. I have to stop making those because I feel like I'm getting less views. But anyways, I'm taking inspiration off of this, by the way, from the YouTuber site for BK. I don't like the Star Wars season, really. It could have been way better. There's someone here. Do not want to fight them. But anyways, it could have been way better. Like, the Star Wars season, I like it. I still like it. But it could have been extremely better than what we currently have. Like, Cypher said the weapons was not really a whole entire situation. I think that's actually one of the main reasons. Now, he still said it was a part of a reason, but he didn't think it would have, like, just a drastic impact. I feel like if at least we got to use the weapons prior, though of course we knew that was never going to happen, but if we got to use the weapons a little bit before they released, we might have more experience for the newer players to get used to them. And also see what changes they made, like to the DC-15. Like, that was really a not good weapon, I heard, in Chapter 4. They brought it back and it's, like, insane now. Like, but also the weapon names, like, this is the DC-15, it's really good. There's a one that looks almost identical, and it's, like, terrible. Like, worse than the pistol, in my opinion. Like, they could have done so much better. And I'm just not a fan of it. I don't even like the shotguns, really. I like this APC. I don't know how to use it. It's like a Sentinel. I'm good at the Sentinel. I don't know if it's just because it's a laser weapon or what, but I am not a fan of it. Like, and it's not only just the weapons, and I know I keep going on about that, but it's the player base. If you go to Fortnite.gg, and I'll put up a screen on the latest info on the player count, it has significantly dropped. And I feel like that also shows Epic that it wasn't the best idea for a whole season to be like a whole another collab season, even though it's smaller. Like, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I hate to say this, but Star Wars has really started to die down a little bit. Like, it's not the same as it was, especially until Disney bought it. Now, I will say, we would not have what we have right now if Disney didn't buy it. But I feel like, in reality, they could have still portrayed it a ton better. Like, it's not just the films I'm talking about overall, like the products. This is really controversial, I love the Acolyte. I feel like the controversy about all the drama and political stuff, which I'm not getting into, but I think overall I loved the lightsaber battles. The characters were mid. It was a great show in my opinion. And I'm getting off topic, but the point is, Disney has done stuff right, Fortnite has done stuff right. Fortnite has done stuff wrong, and same thing along with Star Wars itself and Disney. Now, will this be a reoccurring thing with collab seasons? Yes, there was actually a leak, and I don't know how we're going to do this when it's already been a month-long season, but they're supposed to have a Simpsons season, I heard, according to Hypex, or not Hypex, but another leak source, maybe Hypex said, I don't remember. And then there's also, this is where it kind of gets ridiculous in my opinion, because, first off, how do we get a Simpsons season? In this chapter 6, it's gonna have a mini season again. Like, how does the Simpsons fit that, though? I mean, Family Guy they were able to implement, but, and they did collabs with Family Guy and Simpsons. They've both done collabs before with each other. I just don't see how it could work the same way. Like, what's next? South Park? I'm a huge fan of South Park. I wouldn't mind. But it definitely should have been thought out more, and I feel like the fact that they're also doing another Marvel season. Yes, another Marvel season. Now, this one I feel like people might be more enjoyable about it because it's the fact that it's not based around like one main villain. We don't even know much. This is a leak for Chapter 7, as in there was another roadmap leak. which I'm not going to spoil too much because I feel like that's not a good thing. But technically, it's the next Marvel season, which is going to be another mini season, which I feel like that's smart still, but it's going to be like, it's going to be a mini season around Venom, which I guess makes sense considering that Spider-Man, next Spider-Man's supposed to come out, and I feel like everyone's thinking, no way, Venom's gonna be in it, he's gonna be the main villain. I don't know, they haven't even said anything recently, but okay, yeah, he's got a lightsaber, I'm not fighting that, but I feel like it definitely could have been better still. And, you know what, let me change the video subject in total. I feel like collab seasons should be thought through a little bit more. They're a great idea. But if they're gonna make it a month long, they have to add the things that the Fortnite community wants. And maybe even to bring in new things, which I wonder, that could be a reason why this is happening. Like, the player count has dropped significantly. Additionally, I feel like the season has been good. I got to Unreal and Reload, but at the same time, those also show, I don't have statistics for it, but I've heard that Reload has a ton more players than it did previous to the Star Wars season, mini-season, or whatever. And if you look back, this is exactly what happened with Wrecked. And I was a huge fan of Wrecked, but at the same time, this might be a flip-flop for the community, but I prefer Wrecked right now than the Star Wars season. Like, I love the weapons, most of them. Let me rephrase that, most of them. But some of them literally do not fit in this environment. Like, the alternative to the DC-15. It overheats quickly. I'd pick up one of the Han Solo's pistol or whatever over, like, any day over, like, the whole entire alternative of this gun I'm holding right now. Like, it could have been so much better. And as a Star Wars fan, this is hard for me to explain because I love Star Wars, but I'm not a fan of this season. I'm just not. Like, I like it, and it's fun at first and whatnot, but it should have been better. It should have been given more thought into, and I will say, okay, it was given thought into because there was a leak as well around the fact that Fortnite actually had a Star Wars universe when the Big Bang Theory live event was supposed to happen. Which I'm not going to put up a picture because I already have a lot going on, but they were supposed to include that universe. It never came, so this was in production maybe before the second Marvel season, as in Chapter 5, Season 4. But why would it, if they put that much thought in it, you would think that we would have a better season, and not to mention lightsaber pickaxes. Like, this is probably their one chance to have a Star Wars season, and if they mess this up, it's game over. Like, they're not gonna be able to do another Star Wars season with the success it's at right now. Even people who don't want a Star Wars season want Star Wars lightsaber pickaxes. Give the community what they want, and they might be joining player counts again. Maybe not player counts, but they'll have high expectations at release on what the season should have been like. So, oh my gosh, dang. It should have been better, is what I'm trying to say. I still think this season can have a turnaround with the lightsaber pickaxes still potentially, it's not even guaranteed, but potentially coming out. We still don't even know, really. But, okay, I do not like this. Alright, he's going away, I was worried. I still think there's a lot for Star Wars to honestly learn from this, but you know, I'm gonna try this weapon because I'm not really used to it, but I'm gonna try it. Why not? Overall, the point of this video is I think Fortnite is good at taking risks. Same thing, like, this is literally what Cypher PK said. Better described, though. So if you want to check out, like I said before, just check it out. I think his video goes over the topics a lot better than I do, and I agree with him. It was not perceived the best by the Fortnite community, and the players that continue to play are all pretty much in ranked reload. And you know what? I'm not complaining. I feel like having a player count that's still in the millions, at the least, is very successful. Like, but at the same time, you have to look at other games where they're not even as popular anymore, like Minecraft. I'm pretty sure they still have a huge majority of players, and I still play it, like, very rarely, but almost never. But when I do, I get bored quickly. Like, it shows how things Fortnite can put in the idea doesn't come out perfectly, but it can if they put in the effort and ask the community and interact with them on what they want for that season. And I don't think they want to do that because then it's going to reveal too much. But with the current roadmap leaks, like, this is the second time, and this goes into Chapter 7, like, with the Marvel season with around Venom, this is the second time this has happened. It's not going to stop at this point. There's going to be a lot more, like, at this point, Fortnite has to interact with the community, whether the seasons are going to be leaked or not, and say, what do you want for a night, for, like, weapons-wise, Battle Pass-wise, which they already do with the Battle Pass, like concept skins. But they need to think more outside the box and interact, I think, with the community more to make this a better method of one-month seasons. Because if they don't, I feel like they're gonna cancel. They could possibly cancel the Venom season for all I know after this if they don't take enough feedback and get enough feedback, which I think they most likely will get enough feedback. But you all still have to think, like, you have to be smart, like, about these decisions. So, therefore, I guess, thank you so much for watching. It was just like a little chat video, considering I'm a huge Star Wars fan and I'm kind of disappointed. But, anyways, last thing, it is gonna be Star Wars live event soon, the Death Star, which could actually bring the whole entire thing around, for all I know. Okay, I'm gonna take his X-Wing, but it lets me. But at the same time, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. See ya.